Alright everyone, hello, welcome back. It is your girl Lotus Mage Divination, and today you see the thumbnail, you see the title. Today I'm going to be doing a reading on Ray J. So the inspiration behind doing this reading is because there was recently some things that came out between Ray J and I believe it was either ex-co-host or like business partner that he had during his, I don't know, some TV show or production thing that he was doing. And she accused him of being the drug runner, or I should probably tailor it. So she alleges that Ray J is the reason that Whitney Houston ended up in the tragic way that she did, and that Wendy Williams is now facing a lot of the mental decline that she's in right now, and with her conservatorship and her no longer being present on TV anymore. She alleges that, I think her name was Princess, she alleges that Ray J was the reason behind, both of these women kind of passing away due to addiction. So I wanted to get into this reading and see if there was any truth to this, because over the long period of time that Ray J has been within the industry, moving throughout within the industry, he has been attached to a lot of shady stuff. I know I've heard some things about him allegedly being involved with the whole beef between Tupac and Biggie. He's been, in talks between the things that's been going on with P. Diddy. He's been in talks with this Wendy Williams, with Whitney Houston, with Whitney Houston's daughter. He's just been tied to a lot of shady stuff, and he seems to just go by unscathed. I mean, there was even allegations about how he has been attached to the reason why, what is her name? I think it's Anne Marie or something. She was from Detroit. She was a good singer. She was, coming up big, and then suddenly you just see her career going decline. That, they're saying Ray J was attached to that, and how Ashanti ended up getting into a lot of stuff with Murder Inc. and Nelly, and like he's just been like loosely tied to a lot of like big pivotal moments in a lot of other stars' lives, or like in the drama sphere as in a whole. And so I really want to see if there's something more to what's going on with Ray J. I mean, I've even heard allegations around that, Brandy doesn't even be bothered with him like that anymore. Like he's not invited to like family events or whatnot. So I want to see if there's some truth to this, and I want to get through and down to the bottom of it through a reading. And if this is your first time here and you're wondering what I mean by reading, I would like to say hello, welcome. Thank you for coming to see my video. But what I mean by reading is I'm using tarot cards. So if tarot, something that you do not resonate with, it goes against your creed, your religion, your beliefs, your morals, etc., I'm giving you this space in this moment in time to click off and find something else that will better be suited to you or resonate with your spirit, so it does not disturb you. However, even though I am using tarot cards, if you're someone who is disturbed by astrology, numerology, geomancy, as things of the talk of like the esoteric, of like the mysticism, of other religious viewpoints and things like that, bothers you, this is not the channel or the space for you, and I wish you luck on your journey, and may you be dismissed and find something else that better resonate. If you are a returning viewer, you already know this spiel, and you're probably skipping ahead to get to the reading. And again, I thank you for the view if you are still here. But right now I'm going to get into the spiel of all statements made in this video are alleged for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed in this video are my own, unless stated otherwise, unless I state, this source, that source, subject A, subject B has stated, etc., etc. Otherwise, these things are of my own opinion, and it does not make them true. It does not make them facts, okay? So now that we have that out of the way, the next thing I want to say, just for housekeeping purposes, is always, because this is a mystic channel and because we are using tarot, there may be some things that I may be picking up on that you all don't see, or you don't understand, or you don't get, or you don't agree with, and that's fine. We can have differing opinions. That's why I always state that, this is all stated for alleged purposes. It is not something that you should take home and just run with it. You can express your opinions kindly down in the comment section, but if you do not, I have no issues blocking it. I'm telling you that right now. I just kind of want to put that precedent out there. There's nothing wrong with me protecting my peace just as much as I am warning you at the beginning of this video to protect your own. Okay? All right. So let's get into this reading. And I'm sorry if you hear the fan in the background. It's just hot, and I'm just not about to do this hot. That's just going to take me out of this moment, and I'm going to be like, well, whatever the freak these cards want to say, because I'll be hot and irritable. So if you do hear the fan, sorry. It probably sounds like an airplane is landing on you because it's like so close to the mic. But I'll try as much as possible to edit a lot of it out or muffle the sounds. Okay. That was a lot. Oh, I did see a card in here. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm getting here. This is in regards to Whitney Houston. I do not like seeing this here. Let's see what else I get for Wendy Williams. No, let's leave it there. So, I do not like seeing that we have this Ten of Wands oppression card coming up here. To me, it's exactly like what it's stating: oppression, abuse of power, utilizing the tools or what I have in my repertoire to keep you controlled, to keep you submissive. We do also have the Prince of Cups here. It's also coming up in reverse. So to me, this is kind of like using your charisma, your gift of gab, your allure for nefarious purposes or like not so upright purposes. In this instance, the Prince of Cups, yeah, it just reads to me like, and look, I don't even know if you can see that on here. You see the Prince of Cups is holding a cup with a snake in it. Like to me, it just feels like I'm to utilize the tools, my charm, my charisma to like put you under my allure. So whether Whitney Houston's, I think it was her stepsister or sister-in-law, thinks that her and Ray J had some kind of romantic relationship or not, I do think there was at least something here of like he would definitely like flirt around and kind of like put her walls down. And if you have a man that you have, or you know your secret go-to person that you have that drop off the stuff for you, sometimes y'all kind of do get into that relationship where y'all just kind of be flirty with each other for no freaking reason. The girls who know. And then we also have the Seven of Wands of Valor. It's crazy to me that this is the Leo and Aries, and this is all like pride, control, access, passion. It could speak again to a passionate energy and on the side of like again, it doesn't have to be quite romantic, but just I kind of say like flirty energy. It's kind of just that flirty energy. It could speak to the ecstasy, the ecstaticism, or something of like that nature. But the Seven of Wands Valor just kind of feels like, yeah, like I have things on lock, I'm in control, I'm out here. And it would be amiss of me to not also point out that in this imagery, you see kind of like a phallic shape in this as well. So again, and then we have the Knight of Swords also coming up in reverse. And usually with this coming up in reverse, it kind of gives you like magician energy. It can sometimes read as manipulation, coercion. I don't want to say delusion, but it could kind of teeter on that. And like you're deluding others. Maybe you're deluding yourself. So that is some of the energy that's coming up here. The card underneath, that doesn't roll well. We have the Seven of Discs, which reads into failure. Okay. I'm actually going to leave that to the side because I think that's pretty interesting. Now let's see what additional messages I'm going to get here for the clarity's sake. I like how I always get a book first, and then it's like, okay, see, secrets. Okay. Oh, I did not stop recording the wrong time. So as you can see here, I have impulsiveness. This other card that fell out was indecision. But the only reason why I'm going to go with the impulsiveness card here is because I also can see that with the Knight of Swords, the Prince of Cups as well, but this came over, flipped out like that. Maybe I should just leave both of them because they kind of do feel right. Impulsive, indecision. Okay, this does not count. Hold on. So then we have optimism. Was he being forced? Then we also have originality. Originality. But then we also have the empathy card for the underlying energy. That would explain the indecision. There was some empathy going on. But going back to this, okay, secrets. We have Scorpio. Is that... Hold on, I gotta grab the book because I have to make sure I know. Okay, so this is Venus with the Scorpio energy here. And usually Venus and Scorpio tend to read like very passionate, very like sexual, very sensual energy to me. And again, we do have the oppression here. So I would not be surprised, in my own personal opinion, if there was something like sexual going on. Whether it was consensual or not is up for debate. I don't know, but it just feels like there is something kind of like erotic about this secrecy with the oppression here. Something that may be tethering a little bit on the taboo side, a little bit, in my opinion. Again, all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Then I was thinking about this Prince of Cups when these two fell out, and I have the impulsiveness and the indecision. And this would make sense because the Prince of Cups, again, the Cups cards usually deal with a lot of emotion. The underlying card here was the empathy, the indecision. I don't know if there was actually feelings there, or if there was just feelings of concern, or feelings of not wanting to do this, or it's either you or me going on. But it feels like there was something of here of like forcing his hand as well, because with this optimism card, and this again is reading Venus and Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, so being ruled by your emotions, your love, being, it's kind of, how we always say you always thinking with the little head, not the big head. It feels very much like that. And again, with this impulsiveness, with the Mars and Aries energy, it's very kind of like dominating. It can be emotionally explosive as well. It can be kind of tethering on those tabooish sexual things as well. Again, whether that is something that is going on or not, I will also say that this is very first house energy. Very, again, selfish, very thinking of oneself and not considering a lot of the other repercussions that come with it. You're thinking very much for self. And then we also have the optimism card here on top of Valor, which is pretty interesting because this is Moon and Sag. Not looking deeper, not you only wanting to see the surface level of things. You're only looking at your side of things, I think is what's coming up here. And not considering the other parts or like the fallout that could happen. You were doing what you needed to survive or get out in front. And automatically, I just really, because I really was trying to get to this for this card, because this originality card, if you can't tell, I'm going to zoom in for you. You see, it's like an inventor, and this is this invention here. You see that? To me, this kind of reeks of, and corrects me if I'm wrong. Again, this is my opinion. I do not have all the facts. Isn't there a rumor that Clive Davis may have wanted Whitney Houston out of the way so he could control her assets and um, her music catalog, her estate, and things like that? I would not be surprised if there was something like that going on here. Taking somebody's invention. And again, we have the empathy card. So I'm wondering if Ray J is kind of like, is he like a contracted, um, what do they call it in the industry? Like, do they call him like a controlman? Like, is he called in for certain celebrities to maybe, yes, put a, you know, um, their wrangler, keep them in control, keep them in line. But when they don't, he's called in to also just be like, okay, we'll finish what we told you to do. And, you know, go ahead and follow through with plan C since plan A and B isn't working. You couldn't coerce them to sign over what we needed. You couldn't convince them to step back. You couldn't, you know, get any dirt on them or catch them in some weird thing that would really just blow up the spot for them. Then we need the result to, you know. And I will say the feeling that I'm getting is very like frustration. That's the overall feeling that I'm getting with this. It's like frustration that's coming through on this. Okay, and that's the last one. So we do have news here. This was the first one that fell out. News, stability. Okay, so endings, money, 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 money. I remember I was saying something about thinking very of oneself, being very selfish. I have to be very selfish in cutting you out of the picture in order to make myself stable, in order to watch out for myself. Let me move these up here so you can actually see them on screen. In order to ensure my space, I'm okay with that. I will do that. Endings. I'm okay with doing that in order for me to get the good news of, you know, everything working out my way and happening the way I need it to. But I don't think it worked out for the best. This is coming up in reverse. Isn't it? No, it isn't. It is upright. No, that is reverse. That's reverse. I had to look at the back. You can tell. So yeah, if I would say there was, I think there is some guilt, whether if he actually had a hand in it or not. I do think there is some guilt here because maybe he feels like there were signs, there were things that he has done, there was some kind of action that possibly contributed to Whitney's untimely demise. But I think there was also a thing here of like somebody forcing his hand of like, well, if you don't do this, we're going to make sure you're the one who's going to be taking the fall, or, you know, yeah, the fall, whether it's a slip and fall or, you know, pinning all the blame on you. So I think there was something here of like forcing of the hands. And what do we have as the underlying card here? We have the pragmatist. Let's see if I can clean it up for you. Does it come up clear? No, it doesn't. We have the pragmatist as one underlying card, which is the Queen of Diamonds. In the music industry, I can't tell you how often the music industry, the industry itself, often comes up as the Queen of Diamonds or the Queen of Swords for me. And then we also have the friend. I don't know if Whitney and Ray J were close friends and he betrayed the trust there. That's probably where this empathy, this indecision, the hurt is coming up that I also feel, the frustration. But there was things here of like feelings of betrayal that came up as well. So whether he had a direct hand in it or not, I do think he probably knows more than he's letting on. I will say that. Let's see what's coming up for him and Wendy. Okay, we have adjustment. We have the chariot. This one, oh, okay. It was already flipped over. Never mind. And then we also have the Ace of Wands coming up here with the Tower as the underlying card. So, funny enough, in this one, the other underlying card is the Six of Wands, which reads victory. And it's crazy. We have all these major arcana that came up for him and Wendy Williams. And the only one that came up in the upright was the Universe card. We also have the Tower. It's a lot of fire, a lot of fiery energy. Well, this kind of came up like this. So I feel like I don't know if I should probably leave it like that, because this is the underlying energy. So the adjustment card is reading like alpha and omega energy. You know, you need the balance. You know, even though you're the alpha, sometimes you still have to listen to the weaker people in your party to make sure that there is no weak links, that everybody comes up together, because you're only as strong as your weakest person. You get what I'm saying? So to me, with the adjustment card being here, it was like exploitative. We found the chink in your armor and we exploited and used it. You didn't want to, we couldn't come to you head on or anything else, but we could get in on another way and force you to see, you know, have things come around to the way that we wanted. The chariot, again, it oftentimes to me speak of stop or go here. And to me, it's reading more so like we needed something to stop. We needed a halt in something. We needed a change in direction. Okay. Because I don't know what Wendy was doing. I don't know all of that. I don't know why there would want to be some stopping here. But yet again, we have to remember that the chariot also deals with Cancer as well. I've been getting a lot of water energy. I do not know Ray J's sign. But with all of these water cards that's coming up, I would not be surprised that he is a water sign. It will explain the volatility too. And then we also have the Universe, which is also kind of read like the World card. So a cycle being completed, things coming to an end. Again, this on the world stage of things, it could just be like, you know, wanting everyone to see your demise. We have to make it public. We have to send a message. I don't know why that came through, but we have to send a message. We have to make this public. That's weird. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands over the Tower. And she is experiencing a Tower moment. Like her money is being controlled. And once again, we have this Ace of Wands coming up. I've said time and time again, sometimes the Ace of Wands can be read as a very sexual, sensual energy. It can also be just something that's very explosive. It's crazy to me that we are getting a lot of like fiery cards too, because it speaks to a lot of passion. What's your drive? You know, this could deal a lot with like career stuff. It doesn't have to be money, but like intellectual things that you are putting into place, but you haven't quite solidified everything around yet. It's kind of like yeah, intellectual property is the only thing I could think of. And then again, we have the Six of Wands, victory. we succeeded in the mission that we needed or what we set out to do. This was about sending a message. That's what I keep getting. It's something about sending a message. Because isn't that Mercury? Oh no, it's Jupiter. Okay. This feels like sending a message though to me. Let's see what it says in this book about, do we have Jupiter in Leo? Let's see. So something told me to grab this book, so I want to read this to you. So even though I haven't pulled from this deck yet, notice that in this book, let me clear this up for you all. Notice that in this book, the Jupiter in Leo is the publicity card. We have to make it public. We have to make it known. We have to let people know that we're sending a message. And in this book, it talks to gain and creative self-expression. So I don't know if it was a thing of like they felt like they had to maybe chin check Wendy Williams because she was getting too big for her britches, or she was saying certain things about people that she probably shouldn't have, or she just knew too much about certain people. But it just feels like we had to make this public and we had to make it known. Don't let nobody else follow in your footsteps and think that they're gonna do the same thing. Uh, And this book also says events blowing one's own trumpet, the attraction of some kind of fame or attention, taking a leading role in a local activity, a prominent member of the church or a similar organization. Let's see what else we're going to get here. I'm going to pull an oracle of the radiant sun, see if we get some more clarity here. This just reads very like espionage. It reads like it's almost up there with like some CIA espionage type bullcrap. Okay, in my opinion, what I'm getting from this card is it seems like Ray J is kind of like a high class escort in a sense. Um, we're gonna use you to get close to these women. We want you to flirt with them. We want you to be whatever they need you to be. You need to fulfill their fantasy in order to get them to fall for you so you can manipulate them so we can get them to do what we need. I don't know, I'm just saying we because that's what's coming up. We are going to hire you to do whatever these women need them to be. Find their their weak points, their weak spots, and things like that. Make them feel like they can't live without you, whether it's through, you know, what you can supply them or what you feel like you give to them, the confidence you bring them, whatever the case may be, the energy, the love, protection, whatever little fantasy you need to feed that to them. Make them fall for you, make them get kind of like dependent on you, let them put their guards down around you. And then we'll tell you how to handle the rest after that. It kind of feels like that. Oh, look, Chariot, order. And this is the moon in Virgo here. What was Wendy being wrapped up into that they felt like they had to, like, maybe you all can tell me down in the comment section because this just feels like I don't understand what was the threat with Wendy Williams here. Like she was seen as such a threat. The bluff card did fall out, and I did hear call my bluff. But we're gonna see if that's meant to stick. Oh wow, let's see. Principal. Yeah, this just reads like status quo stuff. Look, we have principal, we have caution here. Then we also have choice. It's like stay in your what Nikki say, stay in your bum a place. Um, Unfortunately. I just need one power spirit. Okay. Oh, resourcefulness. And this is the sun in Gemini. No, sorry. That's Cancer. Sun in Cancer. Sorceress. And it's crazy, it's the raven here because when I think of ravens, I'm sorry, ravens, you kind of have a bad rap. But I just think of like the story of Odin, how they were sent out to be the messengers, to carry back the messengers, to be the secret um, keepers for Odin. They weren't quite the Valkyries, he would send them out to do the work, to wipe people off if he needed to. But I'm just thinking like with the ravens here, it just makes me think of like you're meant to be the messenger, you're the secret agent. And we do have eccentricity, and here we go with this indecision and impulsiveness. All of these came back up at the bottom. Oh, we got these for for Whitney, remember? Secrets, impulsiveness, indecision. The only one that's different this time is the eccentricity. That's all of the underlying cards here. We have 3 of the same underlying cards. That's crazy. Let's see here. This is, I want to say this is Saturn. Yes. Saturn in Aquarius. Let's see what this says. Saturn in Aquarius is where? Okay. So Saturn in Aquarius speaks to ambition and principles, humanity. When this card is selected in a reading, it can indicate that the questioner is either currently going against expected behavior or will change their fortunes by doing so. So I don't think this is me per se. I think, again, this is about Ray J. I know it says questioner, as in like it's trying to refer to me, but I think it's more so like Ray J was really having this. I think he really fights with himself on like the things that he has done in the past. Whether all of it is true or not, or, just because of the proximity of how close it is, or whether it was something that was asked of him, I'm going to leave that all up to you all to what you interpret down in the comment section below. But to me, it just feels like he gets wrapped up into a lot of stuff. He's always seems to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, a lot of the time. You get what I'm saying? But to me, this eccentricity, it kind of speaks to his, I guess you could say decision paralysis. Like he's just always kind of like going back and forth on whether or not I am doing something that really aligns with what I want. But it's also like, yes, it does, because it's, what do they call it? Like when you are being forced to do something because you're thinking of your own livelihood, of your own self, maybe your own family. And I think it just became a slippery slope for him. Like, people's like, well, you did it for so and so, so now you can do it for me. And so this is all you have become known for. This is all you know. So it's hard to kind of like get out this cycle once you're on that track. It's hard to get out of that cycle once you're on that track. All right, Spirit. Let's see what else is coming up here for Ray J. Oh, look, lost. I didn't even know that fell out. That's it. It's nothing else. I feel like something else want to come out, but not fully. Okay, disingenuity. Okay, so I'm gonna hold both of these up to the camera so you can see it. We have disingenuity and loss. Yeah, there's more to this story with Ray J. In my own opinion, from what I'm getting from this cards, allegedly, I think there's more to the character, the persona that is Ray J. I really need to know what his sign is. Like, so I stand corrected. He is actually a Capricorn with a Gemini moon. Okay. I would have thought he had some water in there somewhere. I'm wondering if his rising sign, because they don't say that on this website, unfortunately, on astro charts. I'm wondering if there's some water sign there and that rising. But knowing most celebrities, it's probably something like a Leo. This is rising. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I've given you my opinions. You've seen the cards. What do you think is going on? If there is something here that I kept like hinting around to, but it wasn't becoming clear to me, share with us down in the comment section. I would like to know and kind of be more involved in the beats of this or whatnot. With that, if you like this reading, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more readings like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, making sure to turn it to all so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, may you all be careful out here because there is a lot of snakes in the grass. Make sure to keep your lawn cut, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.